Today, we are breaking down my April sales numbers. I'm going to be telling you what sold throughout the month, the highest and the lowest sales, the fastest and the slowest sales as well. We'll break down all of my earnings by platform and how much I ended up making in profit as well. But before we jump into all of that, I want to give you just a little bit of backstory. Maybe in the future, I'll make a dedicated video sharing my journey, how I got here, explaining to you all my revenue streams and how I make money. But for now, I just want to let you know that I never planned on becoming a full-time reseller or investing too much time into this. Initially, I just started selling clothes online to get rid of my kids' old things and to make extra money. But as I've been going to the thrift stores, buying things to resell and flipping them online and all that, I've really enjoyed the process. I enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm ready to start taking this a bit more serious and to scale my reselling business up to the next level. All throughout this video, I'll kind of share some of my plans on how I'm going to do that, but I do plan on making one of these sales numbers videos at least once a month, just to keep myself accountable, to document my progress, and also because I think that anyone who's trying to grow a reselling business and they're still in the beginning stages will find these kind of videos helpful. So if you do at any point find value in this video, make sure to support my channel by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. With all that out of the way, let's jump into the numbers. Okay, so I have my notes here. We're first going to break down the total sales numbers. Then we'll get into what's sold by categories. Then we'll get into what actually sold, the fastest, slowest, high, and lowest sales. So for the month of April, I sold a total of 77 items. And those 77 items sold for an average sale price of $20.79. And that brought my total sales for the month of April to $1,579. Now that was across 3 platforms, Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. So let me break those down for you. On Poshmark, I sold $1,042. On Mercari, I sold $401. And on eBay, I sold a whopping $136. Now, granted, that is because I pay less attention to eBay. I'm slowly starting to cross-list all my things. And that is one of the things that I am going to be doing this month in May to increase my sales numbers, is to cross-list all the things I have on Poshmark over to eBay and to make it part of my regular routine. So every day when I list, I will list on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. So those are the total sales numbers, but all of these platforms do take away fees from that number for using their services. So after shipping discounts and platform fees, the total amount I made is $1,245. That's what got deposited into my bank. And from there, the average earning price is $16.39. So on average, that's how much I earned per item from the 77 items that I sold. But that is not actually how much I made, because to make money, you have to spend money. So I had to buy these items to resell them. And in total, I spent $305 on these 77 items. That brings my average cost of goods to $4.07. So on average, that's how much I'm paying per item to resell it. And that brings my total profit after all the things I have to pay to the platforms, what I paid to buy each item. Total profit is $940. Now that number is not bad. I've had better in the past, but I also think that it will continue to get better as I'm a little bit more consistent, as I up my listing game and list a lot more every day, and as I pay more attention to eBay as well. So the profit is $940, and my average profit per item was $12.37. Now, $12.37 profit per item is not that bad. I did the math. I would have to sell 200 items to get to my $4,000 goal at the rate that I'm going right now with the sales numbers that I just shared with you. So I either need to sell a lot more items per month if I keep the same average sales price, or I'd have to increase my average sales price. So that's still something I'm trying to decide. Do I want to spend more time at the thrift store looking for items that will give me a higher return? Or do I just want to go to the thrift store, pick things that I know will at least make me $12 to $15 and move on? There's pros and cons to both, whether you want to do quality or quantity. And that's still something I'm trying to decide. So we'll see how that goes. For now, let's jump into categories. Out of those 77 items, I sold a total of 20 shoes. Below shoes, the next best-selling category was dresses at 15 dresses. And then we have tops. I sold a total of 10 tops. Below that, we have pants. I sold a total of 8 pants. So these are dress pants, jogger pants, even athletic pants. Not the ones that are like leggings, but just athletic pants. Then we have jeans. Below that, I sold a total of 7 jeans, which is surprising because in the past, I thought jeans was my best-selling category. I don't know if this is because we're moving into the summer and people are more interested in tops, skirts, shorts, and those kinds of things, or if it's because I haven't been listing as many jeans. But then below that, we have 7 skirts and then 7 bundles. So the skirts are for skirts and shorts. I put those two together. And for bundles, this just means anything that I listed as a bundle. Sometimes my mom gives me free bags of clothes. She has a cleaning company, and these people at these houses are very generous. They're always giving her stuff. So sometimes she'll donate some stuff to her neighbors and things like that. And sometimes she'll give me these bags. So in those bags, I will look through them. I will donate what I don't think will resell. And what I think will resell, I will list it as a bundle. A lot of the time, it's a lot of baby clothes. So then I'll just list it as a bundle, and that's how they sell for me. So I sold a total of 7 bundles. And then the very last category was accessories. I sold a total of 3 accessories, and all 3 of those came from the things that my mom gave me. I'm really bad at looking through accessories at the thrift store. Most of the time, my thrift store process is just shoes, number 1, because they have the highest average selling price. After that, I'll look at jeans, then the pants, and then the dresses. And by the time I get to tops, I'm kind of already ready to go. So I'll just quickly look through tops. And I most of the time don't have time to look through purses and accessories, but I really would like to, because most of these accessories sold at a pretty fast rate. They didn't sell for a lot of money, but I'm thinking if I find better brands at the thrift store, they will sell for better money. Now I'm going to jump onto the computer to show you some of the best sales so that you can know what you should be looking for. And we'll also discuss some of the worst sales I've had this month so you can know what to stay away from. First, we're going to start with the good news, the top 5 highest sales this month. The first one is this Burberry sheer surplice neckline dress. It was just like a sheath sheer dress, and it sold on Mercari for $44, and they paid for shipping. The next best-selling item was this Lululemon pink stripe ruffle athletic tennis skirt, and this sold on Poshmark for $42. Next up, we have these Skechers chunky vintage lace-up brown leather shoes, 90s retro lug platform. That's a lot of keywords in one title, but it did the job. They sold fairly quickly for $40, and I'm sure that I paid, I don't remember, anywhere from $5 to $7 for these. And the reason why I looked into these was because I heard on a podcast, I don't remember the name of the podcast, but they were discussing how these older Skechers shoes seem to do really well. So I decided to pick them up, give them a try, and it worked out. Next, we have this shirt, which I don't know how to say this brand name, Joy, I don't know. But it is 100% silk, and it was a sleeveless print floral top. And it sold for full price at $42 on Poshmark. Next, we have this G by Guess stainless steel silver watch, and this one I got it from my mother for free, so all of the earnings went to me. It did have a little bit of scuffs on the back, but other than that, it was like in new condition, and I'm pretty sure this sold fairly quickly. They paid for the shipping, And now we're moving on to the sad news. The lowest sales this month. The first one is this Tommy Hilfiger women's button down. Now this shirt, oh my god, I was so ready to get rid of it. I ended up losing money on this thing, but I just wanted it out of my closet. This is one of the first few things that I posted when I got started selling, and yeah, I was just tired of looking at it. So even though I lost money, I'm glad it's gone. And the next lowest sale, I guess there's a pattern. It's also a Tommy Hilfiger item, and these are paisley print chino pants. These are one of the items that I got for free from my mom, so all of the profits went to me. I don't remember if I offered discounted shipping or not, but yeah, Tommy Hilfiger can be a good selling item depending on what you get, but a lot of the time these simple clothing items really don't sell that good. And then we have Maurice's boho sheath dress, sold for $9. It had a lot of attention. It had 20 likes, but no one was buying it. I was trying to sell it, I don't remember, maybe for like $12. No one was buying it. By the end, I was just ready to get rid of it, so we sold it at $9. Then we have a $10 Steve Madden wallet. Steve Madden is another brand that can do well depending on the item, but sometimes Steve Madden can sit in your closet forever if you have an item that is not desirable. It will either sit forever or sell for cheap. And the last worst sell that we'll talk about is these Egg Glow maternity floral embroidered jean jeggings. They sold for $10. Moving along, let's talk about 5 of the fastest and 5 of the slowest sells. So for the fastest sell, Lululemon makes an appearance again. This skirt sold within 20 to 30 minutes after listing it, and it sold at the full asking price, so that was a great sell. These Torrid slip-on flats, I'm pretty sure they sold on eBay that same day that I listed them as well. It was a couple hours later. She made an offer for $15 and I took it. Most of the time these Torrid flats are fairly cheap at my thrift store, anywhere from a couple dollars to $3, and it was a fast flip, so I'll take a $15 sale if my cost of goods is not that much and if it sells same day. That is a win in my book. Next up, we have these UGG boots. These sold the next day, so I listed them one evening and the next morning they sold, and they sold for $29. That is a fairly cheap price for Uggs, but I sold them at that price because they were pretty beat up, but most of the time Uggs sell even if they are beat up, but depending on how beat up they are, you may get more or less money for them. But still, this was a good sell and a fast sell too. Then we have these Skechers again for a fast sell. These sold within 1 day of listing them. This baby bundle, which was just one little sweater and then an outfit, sold I think the next day. I listed them one evening. They sold the next day on eBay for a total of $13. These items were free to me, so this was a good sell. It sold quick and I got to keep all the earnings, so that's good. Moving on to the slowest sell, this Tommy shirt. I have in my notes that it took 272 days to sell. That was after relisting. I'm pretty sure this thing took over 500 days to sell. That's why I was so ready for it to be gone. Moving along from that, the next one are these. It's an Anthro brand called Pilcrow in the letterpress. These pants were in my closet for a total of 188 days. And the thing with these is that they had sold previously. Well, they were about to sell. It was during a closet clear out day. I sent her a message, asked her if she wanted me to lower the price. She said yes, but then I realized that I had them marked as size 25 when they were actually 26, so she said she wouldn't take them after all. So after that discussion with that potential buyer and that flopping, they still sat for another while, and finally they sold. Next up, we have these simple cargo pants. I got these for free to resell. They were in my closet for a total of 276 days. I listed them at the end of July last year, so it was when summer was ending. I'm not sure if that's why they took a while to sell. Well, I'm sure that's why, along with that this label is really not that well known. So $12, my cost of goods was $0, so not too terrible. Then we have this The Limited 100% silk animal leopard print dress. I have this dress in my closet for 258 days. I listed it back in August. That could have been part of the reason why it took so long. Summer was over and this is like, you know, a sleeveless dress. To my surprise, this was a full price sale that I got out of the blue one day, and I was so happy to see. And the last slow sale we'll talk about are these BKE Denim Patent Bootcut Dark Wash Denim Jeans. I had these in my closet for 131 days, so it is not too terrible, but the reason why it's surprising is because BKE jeans normally sell pretty quickly for me, but I think that these stayed in my closet for a while because, for one, there's not that much embroidery going on. For two, it is a smaller size. And initially, I did not have the stock photo. I had just this photo here, but I went ahead and relisted the item and added the stock photo, and that's when they sold. So hooray for relisting. If something is not selling, go ahead and relist it, make some changes to get that thing moving. If you have any suggestions for me on how I can make these videos better in the future, any sort of information you'd like me to include or anything I can do better, make sure to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe for more content from me. I'll leave a playlist right here with more reselling tutorials, tips on how to make more sales and things like that. That's all for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I'll see you next time.